Shari here to answer all your questions. And if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about or experiencing, we're going to do that while we break bread together. And I'm excited about that. And that's right after service today. Um, if you are in need of affirmative prayer, uh, yes, actually, the prayer practitioner, which would have been Terry Ann, is out today. Ned is out today. But practitioner in training is here to pray with you. If you need a treatment, I will be available in the lighthouse next door to be stand with you, agree with you, and connect with you, and know whatever it is that you need to know to get present to whatever it is you're wanting to manifest. I will be there, and I will be that for you and with you today. Yes, yes. Oh, okay. Last but not least, your special sauce. So, of course, we are always in need of volunteers. So, no matter what that is, we're asking you to share that with us. And yes, yes, just yeah. I was just reading some stuff that's written down. We're not. We're just going to deal with the volunteers. If you would like to be a greeter, if you got technical skills, if you want to deal with the youth, if you are good with event planning and or more, please, you can go on Awakening at. I mean, info at awakeningcarolinas.org. Contact Pastor Shari. Contact board member, Sherry Arkami, and they're here, and Megan, to let them know what you would like to do. It takes a village, y'all, so we're all in this together, and this is our house, and we're going to treat it as such. So step up. I think that's it. And so next we will have Science of Mind reading.
Got my glasses, so now I have to use showers. All right, so science of mind reading for today. Find and express what makes you, you. Your purpose is to be yourself. You don't have to run anywhere to become someone else. You are wonderful just as you are. Take that hand. I express the spirit within so that only love and confidence go out to everyone I meet, blessing everything I touch and bringing peace and comfort and joy to my world. Ernest Holmes. When I was a teenager, I read a book that had a powerful effect on my life, Raymond Moody's Life After Life. Dr. Moody was a pioneer in the study of near-death experiences, NDEs. He conducted groundbreaking personal interviews with people who died, spent time in their afterlife, then were revived. Today, there are many books detailing personal experiences of life after death and several websites of doctors who research them where we can read stories of NDEs spanning all religions and cultures. One such book, 9 Days of Eternity, shares lessons learned by Anne Evetts while she was in an induced coma after suffering severe burns. Before her accident, she searched for meaning in her life. A divine guide in the afterlife taught Evetts that about the very things we are considering, love and purpose. Here are a few of her highlights. We're here to love ourselves regardless of our circumstances. The real purpose of your life is to find out what makes you, you, and to then express it. Remember that you're here to experience and learn all about love because that's your true nature. These thoughts validate that what we already know within. We are powerful, creative beings who are here to love ourselves, to be ourselves, and to share our love. This we can do right here, right now, just as we are. The affirmation for today is, we can probably read it together. I am a limitless creative spirit sharing my unique spark of love in the world. And then the weekly highlight is for National Preparedness Month. This week, our center lifts up National Preparedness Month, observed each September as a reminder of the importance of being ready for disasters and emergencies. Sponsored by FEMA, this campaign encourages us to take steps to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities from both natural and human-caused hazards. Preparedness means knowing our risks, creating a family emergency plan, staying informed through alerts, considering financial readiness, and building an emergency kit with supplies for at least 3 days. These steps are practical ways to ensure safety and peace of mind. At our center, we recognize preparedness as a spiritual practice too, an act of wisdom, stewardship, and love for ourselves and others. When we prepare, we affirm life, resilience, and our ability to meet challenges with calm and clarity. And so we affirm that spirit within us is always our true source of safety and strength, guiding us through every circumstance with wisdom and peace. Yeah. So with that, we're gonna go to meditation with my wife, Month.
Good afternoon, good evening. If you can find a comfortable place here where you are, we're going to share a moment of connection to prepare ourselves to receive. So let us breathe together. Right here, right now, let's notice our breath traveling through our body and scanning our body effortlessly. Let us notice the presence of inner peace at the core of our body. Notice how we can gently navigate any distractions that could be separating us from the inner peace that lives within us. Imagine the ripples that a pebble can create as it falls into a quiet lake. Feel how our inner peace, just like this pebble, ripples throughout our body. Sense it. Feel it. And as we continue breathing, this inner peace continues to ripple deeply from the center of our being, going deep into the center of our body, through each and every cell and fiber of our physical being, as well as touching and soothing our mental, emotional, and spiritual being, inner peace. Thank you, Spirit, for showing up as inner peace. Thank you for reminding us that we are one and that we ripple on beyond our unique individual self, gently touching others. And so it is. Take a couple of deep breaths, coming back to the here, to the now. And I invite Sauda to delight us with some special music.
Hello, everyone. Great day. This first song is an original song. It's called This Thing Called You. And I wrote it because I was listening to Ernest Holmes, reading his book over and over again, This Thing Called You. And then this song came to me in this title, This Thing Called You. And it's off my latest album called And Then Came Sauda. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. I like the way I can lean on you. You're my sky when I'm blue. Thoughts of you stay stuck in my mind. I'm me with you around. Ain't got me no more heavy load, 'cause with you I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. You're my sunlight on cloudy days. You love me even when I'm gray. I want you, you want me too. Laugh and play the whole night through. Before I knew you, life was difficult. Now I know you, I know. So thankful you I trust. So thankful you I love. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. You're the one I've been looking for. You fill me up with so much joy. Oh, because of you, now I can breathe. Because of you, I believe. Oh, this thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. This thing called you, a beautiful thing. This thing called you, got me smiling, really loving this thing called you. This thing called you loves me too. This thing called you, this thing called you, really loving this thing called you. Really loving this thing called you. Really loving this thing called. Really loving this thing called you. Really loving this thing called you. Really loving this thing called you. Really loving this thing called, really loving this thing called you. 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 Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Sauda. That was beautiful. Let's give her another hand, please. This thing called you, right? That was amazing. Thank you so much for that. It resonates with you, right? Because that's what this is all about, this thing called you, and being able to love you, not looking outside of yourself for love or affirmations or anything from anyone else, that it starts with us, right? It got you smiling. So the title of my talk today, it hit me. So I said what I said. It just hit me. So I said what I said. Just knowing the authority and power that we all carry within ourselves. And you may say, you know what, we hear some of these teachings and lessons over and over again, but I come from a lineage of teachers, right? And the one thing that I knew and learned was that it takes someone 7 to 8 times of hearing new information before they can develop the neural net to capture it. So when you get your epiphany, it's like the aha, know that you've probably heard it more than that one time when you got that aha moment. So there are times that we need to hear it over and over. Just like when the songs, this thing called you, and you got you smiling, you saying some affirmations in the morning, that you have to remind yourself, remember. You remember we talked about remember, it's like you're scattered and now you're remembering, coming together in your wholeness. That's what this thing called life was, what we're walking out in this time. So when I said what I said, it's to remember the authority that you carry, that your words carry. And we did the class on affirmative prayer, Reverend Ned and I. Shari showed up. And it was just Reverend Ned and I and Shari one day, and then the next time it was just Reverend Ned. But you couldn't get enough of it. We're still always learning and growing and studying and practicing and perfecting our craft, our treatment, what we know for ourselves. And so when it said, Jesus said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that brought attention to a thing. So I wanted to go back. It's like when I was younger, I used to stutter. I was extremely shy, extremely painfully shy. The idea of me standing on this stage, I know, it's like I can't imagine, talking on the mic. Now, I could dance, I could do a little solo or whatever, but to speak was stifling. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I would fake laryngitis. I would have all the things. But it's interesting in the power when I looked at Shari when I said it, I would fake laryngitis, but to know the power of that was that I would make myself sick. I wanted it that bad. It was like the power of that is that I would create myself being sick. However, to know the opposite of that is to be able to create a healthy whole body as well. And it's so interesting that we can fall into a negative pattern very easily because that's what's around us. That's what we hear. That's what we know. We see sickness. I said we have a health care system. No, we have a sick care system. You know, they focus on the dis-ease, what's not functioning correctly. You'll see it on the commercials, all the symptoms, all the things. They want you to self-diagnose yourself. However, to go in to know the power of your words and your power of your smile, just in the moment, if we can close our eyes in this moment, because it's going to feel goofy to some people to just smile. So just in this moment, smile. Feel that beam of light that resides within you. Light yourself up. Every cell, in your body is energy, divine energy. Know and give it permission to open up and be receptive to its divinity, receptive to its remembrance of healing and wholeness. We had a few calls, and now we can open up your eyes. Open up your eyes. We had a few calls over the past day or two of requesting treatments of prayer and healing and within our own community. And it's happening out, you know. I've heard that some people said that COVID was on the rise and different things. I don't like to speak and put words, my energy towards any of it. However, I am here and we are here. We are light workers here to remind people of your divinity. And the reason why we continue, or I continue to have this conversation, is because we are unlearning some of the things and patterns that we grew up with. So when we saw the chakras and we saw the vibrational scale and we saw the hierarchy of needs, and we saw the lowest energies were around shame and guilt. Shame and guilt. And if you realize, and I'm going to speak from a woman, I'm going to speak from a woman of color, so much energy when I grew up, I can feel my throat chakra tighten up just in a moment, was around guilt, around shame, around don't walk that way, don't switch, don't do that, don't bring too much attention to yourself. Again, that's a story. However, what I'm saying is those are things that we have to discard. And so if we focused on all the things that would keep us in alignment with our truth, that we are rays of the divine, we are not broken, we're not separated, we are connected to source. So in this moment, take a deep breath, knowing that we are breathed by the divine, and let it out. And take a deep breath again, in and out. And again, roll your shoulders back. Let the week go. We're going to embrace a brand new week. Let it go. Do you all feel all that tension in your neck and your shoulders? Do it one more time. Just roll it back. And just realize all the things that you don't even realize that you're carrying along, and we're rushing along in the week. And if you are a light worker, there are folks depending on us to bring that light, right? To remind others of who we are, not only who we are, but what we are. Thank you, Kami, for that reminder. What we are. So when I say what we are, to know that we are the divine expression, right? So with that, it was so many different things that I wrote. I'm a science person by nature, and quantum physics is just my jam. I love it so much. But I was going back to, I was saying with the talk, there was a time when apparently I don't tend to be argumentative. I wasn't very skillful with that, but I was very sharp with my words. And so there were times that people would say, I think she laid me out, cussed me out. I think they weren't even quite sure about it. But it's like, you make somebody sit up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, like, did she say what I think she said? It's like, I said what I said. And so again, it's the authority with which you say a thing, regardless of how loud you said it or how much force you said it in, but someone can still hear and know the power of your words, right? So we're going to carry and walk that through with our prayer. When we're in our mode of prayer, affirmative prayer, when you are in your authority, working with the law, it has to work. It says, my words will not come back to me void. And the reason why it will not is because you're operating in the law. Now, the question would be, well, how come it doesn't work all the time? How come there's some people, they speak with very much conviction, but then theirs still doesn't work? And then they're saying that if you believe out of ego that you are better than someone or greater than someone, you are not operating in power. You're operating in force. So that is still not in alignment. You have to be in true alignment with spirit for that authority to really manifest. Now, do you understand what that means? There's a difference between power and there's a difference between force. In force, I can force somebody just out of ego, and I'm gonna make you do something. And then there's an authority that I can move you out of influence. I can move you out of agreement. But I can force you to do something, and that's still not the same way. So that's, for us in this time, in this moment, you have to know how to be in alignment with your own divinity. And what does that look like? So in quantum physics is what it was shown that, I dealt with this last week, where you know that there is a wave, where I talked about before, that there's a field, and the field is a wave. And then when you concentrate on something, you collapse the wave into a particle. That's when something materializes, right? And so if you know that you are the wave, you are the field, you are one with the one, you are one with source, and we are all connected in that wave. There is no separation. We are all one. But when you concentrate on something, that's when you bring it into the potential of becoming matter. It's according to how long you can hold it. The key with that is sometimes we're looking at our circumstances and we believe that because of our circumstances, something isn't possible. But when you understand the wave and know that all potentials, all possibilities are inside of that wave, it's all possible. So with the entanglement theory would be that if all things are possible, it could literally go back in time, go back because there's no time and space, and recreate a new future. I know that's a lot for people, right? At the end of the day is knowing that it's all possible. So my example would be last week, y'all know we have a major concert that's coming up. Who would need to be here? Not only Ricky, but I would like to be here too. So my schedule was getting a little interesting. And I said, I have to be here. I'm like, Spirit, you're going to have to make a way. I had to take my hands off of it. And I said, I know you always get it done. And I'm going to know that my schedule is clear with freedom and ease. It's not going to bring any hurt, harm, or danger. And it's not going to be any loss for me, too, because this was a great assignment for me to have. I'm talking about with work. And I released it knowing that it's done because it always works out to my level of belief. And I know there are different levels of belief. So on Friday, I got an email. Hey, team, we appreciate you all, but we're going to have to move the assignment back another week. Not only are we going to move it back another week, we're going to still pay y'all for that week. I said, now come, see, y'all don't know the shout that's getting ready to go on right now. I had to release it all and know that it was going to work out and be done. This was so major. And when I put the prayer out there, I said I needed to be so, not crazy, but just so that I know it's you. I know it was this prayer being answered. I need to know that I know. And to me, that was that answer. It was just drafted out just as clear and pretty. And I needed to know for me that it was my prayer at work, at hand. And when that email showed up on Friday morning, I said, and so it is. I already knew it was done, but it had to show up like that for me. And again, it was to that level of my belief. And then there's another level of belief that somebody was like, you know what, you don't even have to work. It's just going to flow, prosperity flow to you with freedom and ease. I'm knowing that level. I'm going to get there. But right now, I'm very receptive to how it showed up. I'm like, I'm open. And so to know, I say all that to say that to put it out into the field and allow it to manifest how it needs to without you dictating what it needed to look like. Because I was going to try it. I was like, okay, all right, so maybe I have to work in the lighthouse, and I'm going to have to do this, and then introduce Ricky, and then go back over there. And because y'all know, y'all seen the, I can do all of that. And I said, no, with freedom and ease, this is going to unfold perfectly without me trying to be all in the midst of it. Spirit, I'm going to let you do your part, and I'm going to stay out of it. And when that email showed up, and that's not the first time. We can all list, but we can all go over our lives and see just when we let it go, plant the seed, let it go, and let it flourish. And instead of us going back into the field and digging it up, going back in, did it grow yet? Is it time? What more do I need to do? Again, it is being assured that it is going to show up. I had to know that I know. I'm like, I know you're going to work this out. It's already done. Because I'm in true alignment with who I am, what I am, and my authority. And I said what I said. I said what I said. I can feel it in my bones right now. I was like, I said what I said with freedom and ease. This is working out. It's already done. It's already done. And so it is. So it is. And so I want us all to experience and know this, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. To know that it is all possible. And if you believe or feel something different, that's something we got to work on within ourselves. But to know that it is all possible. Say it's all possible. So now we just have to be open and receptive to receive it. That's where the work is. That's where the work is. Truly, Frankie, that's where the work is. Is, are you open and receptive to receive it? Are you open and receptive to receive the good? I've seen Megan do her work. Megan been doing some work, y'all. We need to take her class. She been doing the work. Are you open and receptive to the good? And the great thing is, I get to look at Shari and say, Shari, what are you open to? What are you open to? What are you still closed off to? And I love this vessel. I love this vessel because it talks to me. It speaks to, when I can feel myself tighten up, it's like, oh, she still got some work to do. That's when we say sit and breathe. How many of y'all will sit? I always look at Shari and she's sitting in that sun and said this. How many of you are willing to sit and know that ye are God? Yes, yes. How many of you are comfortable with saying that I am God expressed? That's what you got to get comfortable with. You got to get comfortable with that knowing and comfortable with the authority that comes with that, because I said what I said. I said what I said. You better go on and shout. I said what I said. How many of you are comfortable with that? Because if you're still looking outside of yourself for confirmation, affirmation, all the Asians, but you got to know that you are God express, created just for a time such as this. And again, if you're here in these seats or out online, you are hearing our voice in the teaching for a reason. You're already a light worker. You're already here to share the light, be the light. So it's time to get the work done. We're so excited There's Megan, Jasmine doing the work. I'm so excited because this room is full, y'all. This room is full. You can feel the energy. You can feel the people coming. I've been doing some outreach work, Hearts United for Good. I had a connection. So I am at the airport in the evenings talking to unhomed people. And when I tell you, it's something, it's interesting, but I love being the light. I love being the light. And when they can see a reflection and say, this is possible for me, to know that somebody's watching you. And we are change agents, not just change agents, transformation agents, because we take people to a whole nother level. There's a whole nother shift in consciousness. When someone comes into your space, they're not the same. They're not the same. They can't be. So continue to feed yourself, continue to be in the light so that you are bringing the light out for others, okay? But then you also have to know how to restore, to replenish. I tell you, are y'all gonna come to the next class or what? Because we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. I'm looking at doing a class, and y'all gonna let me know. It's called P-Raise. It's praise. I'm like P-Raise. So the P stands for positive, and the raise is raising our energy up. Because I used to love praise. But now knowing I'm not directing it outside of myself, that praise is for us. But there is something about raising your energy. Are y'all with me? You got to raise the energy up. You got to raise the energy up. We showed you the charts. We showed you the chakras. We showed you the hierarchy of needs. You got to get the energy up. So as healers, as light workers, you are responsible of keeping your energy up because you're constantly pouring out. I know you are. You're constantly pouring out. Being a mother, being a friend, being a caretaker, being a wife, being a friend, a sister, you're constantly pouring out. That's what we do. Husbands. So with all of that, you have to be able to restore and replenish and align. And so let's get the energy up. Let's raise our vibrations. And let's see, I wanted an affirmation. Let's see if I can get it. How about this? So repeat this after me, please. My word does not return void. I need y'all to say it with some power. Say, my word does not return void. Thank you. It accomplishes the purpose for which I send it. I align my words with my heart, my faith, and my divine wholeness. I align my words with my heart, my faith, and my divine wholeness. I embody what I declare. So when I say I'm abundant, it is so. When I say I am whole, it is so. So say, I am abundant. Say, I am whole. When I say I'm free, it is so. Say, I am free. Woo. And say, I said what I said. And say it again. I said what I said. And it is done. And it is so. And so it is. Ashe and amen. Sauda. Thank you, Spirit. So we're going to do our praise party on a Saturday sometime. So y'all be ready. It's going to be some music. It's going to be some movement. It's going to be some dancing, some shouting, some whatever you want to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get the energy up. Thank you, love.
So this song is titled Hands, and it's by the artist Jewel. Hope you enjoy it. If I could tell the world just one thing, it would be we're all okay. And not to worry, 'cause worry is wasteful and useless in times like these. I won't be made useless, won't be idle in despair. I gather myself around my faith, for light does the darkness most fear. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own, and I am never broken. Poverty stole your golden shoes, it didn't steal your laughter. Heartbreak came to visit me, but I knew it wasn't ever after. We will fight, not out of spite, but someone must stand up for what's right. But where there is a man who has no voice, there I shall go singing. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own, and I am never broken. And in the end, only kindness matters. In the end, only kindness matters. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees and I will pray. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. And not yours, they are my own, and I am never broken. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. And not yours, they are my own, and I am never broken. I am never broken. We are God's hands, we are God's eyes, we are God's hands, we are God's eyes, we are God's hands, we are God's eyes, we are God's hands, we are God's eyes. Thank you.
Thank you. It's beautiful, beautiful. We are not broken, right? I said what I said. Thank you so much for every being of light that showed up in this space. We are so, so grateful to be a part of Awaken. And we are about to participate in our giving. We're going to do the children's affirmation. And Jasmine always loves this part. So not only to the children here in this space and online, but to the child within that is eager to learn, to be happy, to smile, to be on the swing. to that child within. So, children, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way you are. How many of us needed to hear that, right? Because we're still loving on our little child within, right? And now we're going to do our conscious giving affirmation, and as we prepare for that and preparing our hearts and our minds to be able to give out of love, not out of obligation, but to give out of love and sowing seed into this precious ground right now called Awaken Spiritual Community. I love to see us flourishing right now with all the things that Megan has gifted us and Jasmine, and we have so many good things that are showing up, and we have some little people, more little people that'll be coming soon. So let's just sow in to this space. Let's be able to keep it going, right? We want Awaken to be around. So let's keep it going because we know we're needed right now. We are really needed right now. So we release and we let go. We let spirit run our lives. So right now with conscious giving, divine love moving through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. The Spirit, yes, I'm only here for God. And I let go. Spirit, run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Thank you, Spirit. No more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I be the light. Thank you, Shari. Thank you, Spirit. Knowing abundance circulates through us as we give into Awaken and out into the loving community. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. For those of you online who would like to give, we appreciate you and we thank you right here and right now. Thank you, Spirit. Only here for God. Struggle. This song right here is Ricky Byers. So make sure you're in the building to experience her on Thursday, October 2nd. Only here for God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank you all. So in this moment, right here, not taking anything for granted, with this loving energy, this group that's here in this space, in this building, and for those of you joining us online, we just want to give thanks in this moment. Just giving thanks for life, abundance, knowing our own divine authority, and we are walking in that. And for right now, again, we're calling in divine health, radiant divine health, and abundance throughout ourselves and into this community. And we are knowing that it is already at hand, that we have access to divine health, that we are radiant divine health, that we are opulent abundance. And so right now, we are just open and receptive to this experience. And we uplift and dissolve anything known or unknown in consciousness that is contrary to this truth of oneness, wholeness, divine health, opulent wealth. And we open our arms, our minds, our hearts to be receptive to receive it and walk in it, in this knowing, right here and right now. Because we said what we said, and we know it's already done. We know it's so because that's the truth. There is no separation from it. And we release all of this into the law of mind, knowing that it is done. And so it is. Ashe. And so now we'll circle. Yes, I said what I said. We said what we said. So we're going to circle up now. And again, we look forward to seeing everyone in the building on Thursday. But we also have Ask and Awaken next door after service. We let it be. Thank you, Spirit. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be.
So now we bring it down like a prayer, knowing that there's grace. And this grace, it washes
We
over
let the
us when we need
grace.
it. It just shows
Thank you,
up
Spirit.
when we let it.
Wash
make ourselves aware
over us.
So knowing that there are people in this world who are hurting.
Thank you,
who are
Spirit.
afraid.
We
Just want you to imagine your love stretching out beyond this world
let it be.
and wrapping around this entire
Thank you,
world.
Awaken. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be.
We let the love.
We let the love.
We let
We see you all next door.
wash over us.
We let it be.
We love you. We bless you.
Thank you all so much. And for those of you, for volunteers, I tell you, you can show up in so many ways. There are even ways to do it remotely because we need all kinds of support. So we appreciate you all.